Continuing now on Newsmax Prime, I'd ask you to take a look at this picture. Members of the Kappa Alpha fraternity at Tulane University posing in front of a wall of sandbags they erected and tagged with the words, "Make America Great Again." But then this happened.
This is private property, all right?
Get inside. Guys, get inside. Get inside. What do you think? Get inside.
Doing fun coach said last week, that's what's happening.
A group of students took it upon themselves to tear down this wall, even though it was located on private property. Episodes like this are happening across the country. It raises questions. Are liberals in fact liberal? Or instead, have those on the left decided to try and deny other people their rights and freedoms? Let's discuss it now as we're joined from Newsmax Washington by Heritage Foundation Distinguished Fellow Kim Holmes, who is the author of The Closing of the Liberal Mind: How Groupthink and Intolerance Define the Left. Kim, it's so good to have you tonight here on Newsmax Prime. And there's been a lot of debate over the lack of freedom of speech, especially now on college campuses. We've heard about conservative speakers not allowed to come on some campuses, or if they do come on campus, their presentation is stopped by so-called liberals who are heckling them. What is it about liberals and intolerance?
You know, if you look up the dictionary, the word liberal-minded or liberal, it tells you that that's a person who's supposed to be open-minded, open to new ideas, tolerant of new ideas, interested in open discourse and free and open inquiry, the kind of things that you would expect a university would be interested in. The problem is that both of the professors and also the administrators of the universities have the exact opposite philosophy. I call it an illiberal philosophy, a belief in closed-mindedness and intolerance, and that's because they are not really liberals by the way we understand it. They developed a new ideology of coercion and public shaming rituals to try to shut down debate and to basically stifle dissent.
Now, the old expression, Kim, is this: the inmates run the asylum. Is this the product of seeing 60s radicals move into important tenured faculty positions and into administration? Is this Alinskyism in full flower?
It's most definitely radicals from starting in the 1960s, marching through the institutions of our universities and colleges. First starting out as professors, then they became administrators, eventually they became the presidents of the universities and colleges, and now their children are following in their footsteps. And there is sort of a monolithic point of view in our universities, a stifling intellectual conformity, not a tolerance of any ideas or new kind of critical thinking, and it's the very essence of closed-mindedness. And you'll look long and hard to find a conservative on an American college campus these days.
Will we ever see a return to truly liberal thought, or the leftist extremes imported from Europe or perhaps from the writings of Saul Alinsky, will they remain predominant in what we commonly call the liberal community in the years ahead?
I definitely feel that will happen. I fear it will happen. It will certainly continue to happen in our universities unless the state legislatures and the donors for the universities start demanding more diversity in the kinds of people that they hire to truly make the university a place of open and free inquiry. Liberals should have a right to express themselves, but social conservatives. And this idea that all science is being settled, that history has ended, and it's only a matter of a mopping up operation ideologically and politically, it certainly has no place in the university. But I fear that it's actually destroying progressive liberalism itself. It's a fundamental contradiction. It's not just hypocrisy, but it's actually a betrayal of the values of liberty and freedom that they claim they believe in.
Now, I'm curious, is this more cultural or political? For example, you worked in the State Department with Colin Powell. You were an assistant secretary of state. Has this administration brought this kind of closed-mindedness? Has it accelerated what we're seeing on college campuses? Or have campuses taken the lead and the Obama administration just taken advantage of it?
Well, the illiberalism of the campuses were already there. But the Obama administration has definitely accelerated it. They've used the Title IX regulations of education funding to try to change the definition of discrimination on the college campuses. So that's further radicalized college campuses. And across the board, whether it's the abuse of executive authority, unconstitutional acts, the use of the IRS to target their political opponents, it's very clear to me that the Obama administration has accelerated this negative trend of illiberalization that you see not only in the college campuses but in the major institutions of America. It's now increasingly in our corporate boardrooms. It's even in some of the mainline churches in America.
That is why your new book is so important, Kim Holmes. Again, the title of the book, The Closing of the Liberal Mind, How Groupthink and Intolerance Define the Left. Our thanks to Kim Holmes for his time, and we'll be back with more right after